Hey guys, welcome to On My Shelf. Today I'm talking about how to find more time to read. I read a whole lot. Sometimes I go through seasons where I'm not reading quite as much as I'd like to read, but it's still, on average, more than the typical person. There's a reason for this. Actually, there are a few reasons for this. I really enjoy reading, and this is one of the things I do to recuperate from a challenging day, which is pretty much every day when you're a parent. But I also know that reading is the best way to become a better writer, and I have a deep love for stories. So this means that I've worked really hard to carve out reading time in my schedule. It's not always easy because life is busy, but here are some tips, gleaned from my own life, that have helped me find more reading time. 1. Read aloud. We have multiple read aloud times in our home. I read aloud to my twins and the baby while they're having lunch. I read aloud to all my boys right before bed. It doesn't have to be children. You can read to your grandchildren or to your pets or to your husband. My husband and I read parenting books together because we enjoy learning more about parenting. Spending time together around a story or a book is a great bonding time. We don't have to feel guilty about it. I'll pull out a book anytime my boys are quiet, and they'll gather around me, fighting for a place in my lap, because reading aloud has translated into love for stories. And even if no one is around, I'll sometimes read aloud. Some stories just need to be read aloud. 2. Listen to audiobooks in the car. Whenever we go on trips, we bring a bunch of audiobooks. It's super easy. Most libraries now have an e-audiobook option where you can download the book right to your phone and play it over your car speakers while you're traveling. That way you don't have to mess with CDs getting lost, which is always a plus in my house, because we live in a house that includes a large black hole. I also listen to audiobooks when I'm fixing breakfast in the mornings and the boys are getting ready for school, and when I'm preparing lunch for my younger boys and they're cleaning up their toys. Get a shower speaker and listen to audiobooks while you get ready for work in the morning. Some people say they're not great at listening to audiobooks. They don't retain the story all that well. What I tell them is that they haven't had enough practice. Listening to audiobooks well takes practice. I remember having a bit of a hard time at first too, but after 5 years of practice, I've gotten really good at it and can even analyze books while I'm listening. My mind wanders every now and then, but audiobooks are also great practice and focus. We're doing ourselves a favor every time we turn one on. 3. Read while waiting in line, anywhere. I find all kinds of little moments to read because something I've learned is that I don't need a whole lot of time to read a page or two. So when I'm waiting in line at my boys' school to pick them up after the bell has rung, I have a book, usually poetry, because you can read in short snippets. When I'm sitting in the car waiting for my husband to get back out of the grocery store, where he went for that one item we needed and we didn't have the energy to unpack all the boys for a family outing, I read. When I'm walking to check the mail, you guessed it, I read. I always have a book at the ready in my purse. Now, this takes practice. You have to know your streets because it's easy to miss a step when you're reading while walking. I know. I've tripped before, and it's not very pretty. 4. Institute a silent reading time in your house. Our family, in addition to its read aloud times, has a 1-hour silent reading time every afternoon following lunch, and another 15 minutes of silent reading time every night before bed. All of us sit together in our library and read silently. I found that reading before bed helps me sleep better because I've been able to relax, and I'm not as tempted to pull out my computer or my phone and do work or play on social media. Books and stories have a magical effect on us. They can boost our moods and jumpstart our creativity or teach us something or give us a few moments of respite from a difficult day. It's worth it for us to find more time to read. Be sure to visit racheltolson.com to get a free book from my starter library and some of my best book recommendations. If you have any books that must go on my summer reading list, leave them in the comments. For more On My Shelf, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.